Being an Eagle Scout is definitely an honor, and it's not just something for today. The history of being Scouts is a long one. It started in the UK, in Britain, 1908, and shortly thereafter came into the US. And so it's well over 100 years old. And that has to tell you something, that there is a history, and that it's strong, and there's a reason. There's a need for young people, not just boys, but young people, to learn skills and to learn them in a way that teaches them skills that they will carry for the rest of their lives. Being an Eagle Scout myself, I can tell you that all of these things are true. We don't learn just the sheep shank and the bowline. We don't learn just a few skills of first aid or reading maps and a compass. By reaching an Eagle Scout is an extreme honor. They say 4 out of every 100 Scouts make it. Or short of the math, 1 in 25. I did that fast. By quick show of hands, how many have attained the rank of Eagle Scout in this room? Okay. And I know there's another one coming up very shortly, which tells me that the caliber of learning, the caliber of leadership that's being attained in this building and within this group is awesome. And personally, I can speak for myself and also for the church that's here and everyone. We congratulate you, Stephen, for this achievement because it's not easy. Many people that are in positions around the world have a scouting background. Many of our presidents, astronauts, people with prestige and power, it's because they learn skills that at your age that will carry them through the rest of their life. It served me well in my education when I was your age, and more recently, it served me well within the congregation that we attend here, within the community, and more importantly, at home. You will take these with you each and every day. Be proud of them. Wear your Eagle badge with honor. And be thankful. Remember that Scout law and all of those words, because it's not, we have a celebration today for you and the work that you've done, but it doesn't stop there. Those skills that you learned, you always have to remember to be thankful to those around you, especially your parents. So I remember when they brought you home and the joy that was in their hearts. And it's just amazing, okay? The effort that everyone has put in to work with you, to guide you, and to guide the rest of the community, the Scout leaders, and that's why we're all here, because we're proud of what you've done today, and we're also looking forward to see what you're going to do next, because it's your future. There's much more to come yet that you cannot imagine. Always be thankful to others, and to not look for excuses, but to say, how can I turn a negative situation into a positive? And how can I use all of those skills to make myself a better person and those around me? So today we give you thanks for all of your efforts. And just to make sure I've covered all of the information here, there are some things that you did to get along this trail. You had to be active within your Scout and the patrol for at least 6 months as a Life Scout. You had to demonstrate the Scout spirit by living these oaths and the law in your everyday life. You also had to earn 21 badges, which you have on today. There were 13 that were required, plus you had your choice on some others. You had to serve actively in a position of responsibility. Again, as I said to you earlier, you cannot imagine what the teachings will give you going forward of being responsible, of taking and assuming positions of leadership throughout your life. That you planned, developed, and you've led others carrying out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. We certainly benefited of that here with the cleaning and the painting and the plantings that you did outside. You also had to take part in the Scoutmaster Conference. Again, that continues to teach you what other things are to come there. You also had to appear before a board of review of peers and other leaders. You had to satisfy them that you have done your best to live up to those laws and to that Scout oath, and that you will qualify for this award that you received today. You know, Eagle Scout is not just an award, it is a state of being. It is something that you, as I said, will carry you through the rest of your life. Be proud of it, wear it with, show it by what you do. And that's why an Eagle Scout is an Eagle Scout, not just was. Thank you.
Just got a note. Senator Mike Brady is here. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. The pathway to Eagle can be described as a steep trail leading up to 3 peaks, the highest being that of Eagle. The path is marked with merit badges, leadership responsibilities, service projects, and the practice of scouting skills and ideals. Mrs. Leanne Haya, Committee and Advancement Chair, will now describe Stephen's climb along the Eagle Trail.
Stephen joined Troop 17 on May 16, 2015 at the age of 12. He obtained the rank of Scout in October of 2013, which was quickly followed by the ranks of Tenderfoot and Second Class in December of 2013. Then there was a slight pause of 3 years where he had some apprehension if he would continue with Scouts. After a slight nudge, in February of 2017, he hurdled over his swimming requirement to enable him to achieve the rank of First Class. As soon as he succeeded in obtaining his First Class rank, we realized that he had just finished in enough time to possibly obtain his Eagle. Fueled by the possibility, Stephen worked steadily to continue through the ranks. In June of 2017, he received his star rank, which was followed by promptly earning his life rank in December of 2017. His journey to Eagle then began in earnest. Stephen was also elected to the Order of the Arrow in July of 2017 as soon as he was eligible, and he took his ordeal in the Order of the Arrow later that summer. As he was working on his Eagle project, he was also finishing up a couple of merit badges. To obtain the rank of Eagle, one of the requirements is that a Scout must either earn the swimming, cycling, or hiking merit badge. With the other two not being options for Stephen, he hiked his way through 1 5-mile, 3 10-mile, 1 15-mile, and a 20-mile hike, along with the older Scouts in the troop, and this completed the requirements he needed. During the spring of 2018, he completed his Eagle project by power washing and painting the exterior of this building, as well as some landscaping, which included adding plants to the flower beds. The Prince of Peace Lutheran Church is also used by 4 AA groups and the Trinity Community Church. On September 27, 2018, Stephen attended his Eagle Board of Review and was found worthy of receiving the Eagle Scout rank. Last summer, Stephen worked at Camp Squanto our council's Boy Scout camp in Miles Standish State Forest. It has been an absolute pleasure to see Stephen's journey from a young scout to Eagle Scout.
Brendan, you will please prepare the Eagle Scout candidate for his journey. It is with pleasure that I introduce to you Todd, please, who will read the Eagle Trail.
Good evening. Stephen, we remember well when you first came to the base of the trail, how you looked up and how back then the height of the eagle seemed far away, almost too high, too far away to even imagine. Now, look back for a moment. Over the mountain you have climbed, look back at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences, both the successful ones and not so successful, should not be forgotten. Experience is a valuable teacher if you pay attention to its teaching. We remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads you upward. You found Troop 17. With that first step, your journey began. While you were on the trail, we watched you study, and then we watched you learn by doing. Back then, you were just getting started, learning knots, emergency preparedness, and how to pack for camping. In those days, your brother scouts called you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were just getting started. But not for long, for soon you reached the first ledge where you were greeted by a group of second-class scouts. Some, like you, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the Eagle Trail. There were more things to learn, more camping trips, more skills to develop. Some, like swimming, were more than challenging for you. The guidance of your leaders, the coaching of your grandfather, and your own perseverance brought you to the next ledge on this mountain, the ledge where first-class scouts dwell. There it was, like a tempting green meadow. It was a struggle to get here, and here you could have remained. Yes, you made it this far, and first class could have been the end of your climb. First class has a glory and honor of its own, but you did not give up. You kept going. We remember your progress to Star Scout. There were more challenges, and you met them. You were becoming stronger, and you climbed higher. However, now the trail was steeper, and it was less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds below you. You looked up and saw a few above you. With your eyes on the goal ahead, you continued on the trail. So then, it was the badge of Life Scout, the heart badge, that was placed on your uniform. On that day, you began to realize this trail is the one that you could climb all the way. The thought has been experienced by most scouts on reaching this ledge of life. Now, I am close to Eagle. I will carry on. As you kept going, the trail asked more of you. Now, you were doing the planning. You were leading. Down slow. Slow, slow.
All right. Like that one, legal, right.
No, I just. Yes, we have watched you grow. Leave boyhood behind and become a man. We have watched your leadership ability expand. We have watched your understanding development and your skills increase. We have watched all of these things in you. Now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you. Stephen, you are now about to join the ranks of Eagle Scouts. Before doing so, however, we ask you to recommit yourself to Scouting's essential principles.
Would all the Eagle Scouts present please rise? We're going to start on this side of the room. Could you introduce yourself and tell you what unit you received your Eagle from?
I'm Stephen Pellin. I received Eagle in 2015 for Troop 17.
Peter Randall, Troop 16, 1973.
Brian Cleaves, Troop 17, 2014.
Thank you. Actually, stay standing, because I want you to join Stephen. You can stay seated. I'd like to ask you to join Stephen as he rededicates himself to the principles of Scouting by making the sign of the Scout sign and repeating the Scout oath with him. If you feel up to it, you just... On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Thank you. You all need this. Brendan Cleaves, Eagle from Troop 17, would you please give the people charge?
have the honor to give you the Eagle Charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in Scouting. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this highest rank. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to your duty to God, to your country, to your fellow Scouts, and to humankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. America has many good things to offer you and those who come after you. But these good things depend, for the most part, on the efforts of our nation's people. Our country has had greatness in its past. You are needed to work to make our future more just ever closer to the ideals upon which our country was founded. I charge you, Stephen, to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lean only towards the best. Lift up every task you do, every office you hold, to the high level of service to God and to others. So live and serve, so that those you know will be inspired to better living. We have seen too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundation of truth, honest work, and unselfish citizenship. Stephen, your conduct along the trail has been noted. You have rededicated yourself to the principles of Scouting. But one more thing is important: your future. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to Scouts of lower rank. You become an example in your community. I challenge you to enter this Eagle Brotherhood, holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service, by the repetition of the Eagle Scout promise. As you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout, with the words that close the Declaration of Independence. I ask your parents to stand with you, and all other Eagles please rise. Stephen, please make the Eagle Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example. My rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop and in my community and in my contacts with other people.
Run, he's waiting for you.
Catch him.
Yeah. Take a seat, Steve.
Sit down.
Yeah.
To this I pledge my sacred honor. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor, by the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout.
you for reaching the highest point along the Eagle Trail. May all the qualities that have inspired you to this achievement continue to lead you on to even greater success in the ways of life. As an Eagle Scout, the eyes of all in scouting, as the eyes of the entire world, will be trained upon you. Let me remind you that the tradition of the Eagle is high. May you so live that this tradition may always be guided by the spirit of scouting, as symbolized by these blazing candles before you. Of course, we seated him right in front of all the heat, but that's all right. May the Eagle badge that you are about to receive be symbolic of the spirit of scouting. Brendan, would you please escort Stephen's parents to him? Mom. Your mother has undoubtedly been your primary source of health and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I'd like your mother to pin the Eagle medal on your hand. And Stephen, in recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with her Eagle Mother's pin. I see it. Your father has been a source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail. So I'd like him to present the Eagle Scout certificate and your Eagle Scout card and his beautiful Mayflower Council in his shoulder.